The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to the crowds, "When you see a cloud rising in the west, you say immediately that it is going to rain, and so it does. And when you notice that the wind is blowing from the earth, you say that it is going to be hot, and so it is. You hypocrites, you know how to interpret the appearance of the earth and the sky, and why you do not know how to interpret the present time? Why do you not judge for yourselves what is right? If you are to go with your opponent before the magistrate, make an effort to settle the matter on the way. Otherwise, your opponent will turn you over to the judge, and the judge hand you over to the constable, and constable throw you into the prison. I say to you, you will not be released until you have paid the last penny." My dear friends, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Please be seated.
When Jesus said, "Why you do not know how to interpret the present time?" For me, this can be likened to a question for oneself. Why you do not know how to interpret your personal state of life nowadays? More than having the knowledge of other things or other people, I think what is more important is the knowledge of oneself. And this is exactly the point in today's gospel. Definitely, God knows this human tendency of getting to know other things, getting to know other people. But Christ is trying to point out something more important, and that is about knowledge of oneself, knowledge of the present time, and the knowledge of the present state of your personal life. How are you doing? How are you? Then being so preoccupied with getting to know the state of life of other people, what is more important is yours. Mahalaga naman na malaman kung anong meron sa iba. It is also important to acknowledge the things around us, the condition of other people. But the point is, what is more important is your personal state of life. You should know your personal state of life. You should learn to understand, learn to know the condition of your state of life. Or else we simply end up to be so indifferent. You know, the word indifference is so deceiving. Tipong akala mo, kinakausap mo yung isa. But actually, you're doing it without sincerity of the heart. Yes, this indifference can be likened to, yes, you're greeting someone, "How are you? Good morning," acknowledging the presence of someone, and yet it was done without sincerity of the heart. Lalong-lalo na sa ating mga Pinoy. Kasi kapag tayo bumati sa kapwa natin, of course, the way we greet our brothers and sisters in the context of Filipino tradition is to say, "Kumusta?" But actually, we don't say that at all. Sige nga, how many times did you ask your brothers and sisters? In a day, how many times do you say the word kumusta? In fact, we don't even say that in a word, in a day, in 2 days, or even in a week. Did you really greet your brothers and sisters kumusta? For us Filipinos, we have many ways how to do it. Sometimes we simply smile. Sometimes we do it. Sometimes with our facial expression lang. We have these tendencies to be so indifferent. Naalala ko sa ibang bansa, halimbawa sa Italia, sa kanila doon, yung pagbati sa kanila is tutto bene. Naalala ko, maybe in a day, I can hear more than 10 times. Kung sino man yung na-meet ko, every time I met someone, they will always mention, tutto bene. Kahit ako nga eh. When I met someone as well, tutto bene. Bene means good. Tutto means everything. Is everything all right? Of course, there is that kind of being concerned towards other people. Again, as I have said, that is important. That we have to be mindful of the condition of other people. Kumusta ka? How are you? How are you doing? But again, the point of Jesus Christ in today's gospel is my condition, my personal state of life, my life. How are you? Are you fully aware of your state of life? Are you fully aware of your own tendencies? Are you fully aware of the way you speak? Are you so conscious with your behavior? Are you aware with your mannerisms? With your expressions? With your attitude? With your life? We need to know more ourselves. And that is why prayer life is so important as for us Christians. Because it is only through prayer life that we can actually spend more time to know oneself. Dito mo mas nakilala ang sarili mo. Sa pamamagitan ng panalangin, mas nakikita mo yung kahinaan mo. Sa pamamagitan ng pagdarasal, you will see who you are as a person. We need to spend solitude. We need to spend silence. Because it is through silence, in solitude, that we tend to know more our tendencies, our life, my state of life. You know, these seminarians here, this is actually, they're staying in the novitiate. A novitiate is actually the stage wherein they are expected to spend more time in solitude, more time in silence. Kaya bawal ho po yan silang maging maingay. Bawal po silang makipag-usap. Kung pwede, bawal sa kanila yung worldly temptations and allurements. They're not expected, they're not even provided with a lot of things. What they are expected of is more time to spend solitude, silence, and the objective is to know more one condition in life. They are expected to discover more the state of their life. Again, as I have said, we need prayer life to establish that kind of disposition, to be more open to know and to understand oneself. So that as we go on to understand more, we are able to understand what are the things that we need to change, the things that we have to accept fully. Or else, take note, this is human tendency. Those people who are so preoccupied with other things are actually those who have the difficulty to accept oneself. Ang mga taong mahilig pag-usapan ang ibang tao ay ang mga taong hirap pag-usapan ang sarili. Ang mga taong marites ay ang mga taong nagnanais takpan ang kahinaan ng sarili. Again, as I have said, knowing other things is also important. We have to be mindful as well of the condition of other people. But the best way to do it is to begin with knowing more our personal state of life. And through prayer life, we will definitely get to penetrate the deeper sense of oneself. And we need to pray for it, for definitely there could be things that we cannot accept. We need prayer so that we have the courage to change the things we need to change as well. And at the end, we will obtain inner peace, which is more important than knowledge of other things.